What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FX Racer Career Mode. And we're back, and today's race is taking place in Bahrain. But if you missed the previous episode, which was taking place at the Spanish Grand Prix for like the third time this season, I think with the new updates, so like new tracks being added and other stuff like that, has basically meant that I accidentally ended up racing in Spain 2 or 3 times, and then there was the new update to the game with the new car models and engine noises, etc., as well as the option to customize teams, meant that we ended up racing in Spain a couple of times. But in the latest video, it was the first race that we've done since the game was newly updated, and it was really enjoyable. It was nice to get like proper engine sounds. There's now track limits, which really tripped me up, unfortunately, and it meant that for the first time this season we missed out on a points finish. However, we're still right up there in the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship, P4 I believe, off the top of my head, so I'm hoping for another solid result here this weekend. As we're now revving up to the 5 red lights to start my qualifying lap, you can see on the left hand side of the screen it looks like my teammate Leo F1 has secured pole position here in Bahrain. My first lap was invalidated, however I want you guys to ride on board for a full lap in qualifying with me now, because this is the best lap I've ever done in FX Racer. I put absolutely everything into that lap, no invalidations, and we go up to P4, marginally behind Bulls Gaming, who's in P3. Originally, I actually lifted off the power, I don't know if you noticed, but then I thought it's probably best if I try and improve. However, as you know, we're going through the first part of the lap, it looks like even with the liftoff, I'm still going really strongly, still a purple sector 1, as we're going through the middle sector now, lifting off the power, braking into the hairpin down at turn 10, but unfortunately we just invalidate and run a little bit wide, and I was really cross with that because that lap was somehow looking better, and that would have meant that, you know, I might have been able to start higher up than P4. We were very close to Bulls Gaming, who was in 3rd, and in fact I only needed a few more tenths to get on the front row ahead of TB95, so that was really promising. That was by far my best ever qualifying in this game, as we're now revving up to 5 red lights for another round of the FX Racer Career Mode, and we're underway, and I'm reverting to the usual strategy which I found works: a one-stop medium to hard. Always found the one-stop means that you gain more positions. As I make a dive bomb up the inside, the door was open, and I've gone from P4 straight up to P2, so that's a really handy start there. Got myself ahead of Bulls Gaming and TB95. They were going slowly behind my teammate. I don't know if he managed to hold them up there a little bit so I could take the place, but either way, it is now a 1-2 for Team Spitfire at the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is really encouraging, and I'm already swarming my teammate like a hungry wasp or a fox circling its prey. Moving on to the lap, the pressure's getting to my teammate. We've managed to brake actually well away from the rest of the field. He leaves the door open there, and I'm not going to hesitate. And for the first time in FX Racer Career Mode, I am in the lead of the Grand Prix. That's what we like to see. Really good start, really good opening lap. Finally, it feels like I have really good pace here this weekend. And moving on to lap 2, you can see I'm gapping my teammate. I seem to be so much quicker. He's only there now on the mini-map, so I just seem to be so quick, and this, for the first time, it finally feels like I might actually be capable of being able to win in FX Racer Career Mode. I've been very consistent throughout this entire season so far. Spain, with all the track limits penalties, was the first time I dropped outside the points, but I finished, I think it was P7 on the road, and, you know, I've had plenty of, I think I've had a couple of podium finishes, plenty of, sort of top 4, top 5 finishes, so been really consistent overall. So hopefully this is the time when I finally deliver on that consistency. Although, saying that though, that's the first warning for track limits, and as we move on to the start of lap 4 on the very next lap, once again turn 1 catches me out, so that's the second warning. So I need to be very, very careful now, as another one of those, and I'll be getting a 5-second penalty coming my way, which is absolutely what I do not want. So I really need to make sure, be really strict with myself, that I'm on my best behaviour as far as track limits go. Into the pits now at the end of lap number 5, going medium, straight onto hards. I found this was by far the best way to do it in terms of making the tyres last. This just seems to be, spend half the race on the medium, then switch, and that way, that I'm not running out of tyres too soon by the end of the race. I'll tell you what though, I did actually do a little bit of a practice race for the first time actually, just a quick race in this game, and I found that actually the one stop from medium to hard tyres really works out. That's the best strategy to do around this particular circuit, and it also, I wanted to do it after Spain so that I could start and learn the track limits a little bit more, because to be honest I was very annoyed after that race that, a really good performance effectively, cost me some decent points, especially after starting from the back. Like, I didn't manage to set a valid qualifying lap in the previous episode, so that's why I did a practice race. So that's why I definitely found that in terms of tyre wear and managing the tyres and the strategy, the one stop is the best way to go around any circuit in FX Racer. What I will say is though, we're on to lap number 8 and there's nobody else to be seen. I just seem to have really good pace, and as we cut to the final lap, I'm so far ahead, there's been no more track limit warnings. So that means if I can just keep the car pointing in a straight line, keep it on the road, we will finally become a winner in our FX Racer career mode round the final corner. This has been a fantastic drive. We've dominated, we've led from the first lap, and our consistency is finally going to get some reward as we celebrate for the fans and cross the line as a winner in FX Racer. That one feels so good, so good. There's the final results. You can see nowhere near as many drivers got penalties as they did in the previous race, and I ended up winning by just under 7 seconds. That was really good. Most of the drivers, well, in fact, all the drivers in the top 3 went for the one stop. As you can see, quite a lot of them actually went for a one stop, but it was the medium to hard strategy in particular which the top 3 went for, and that's proved to be the most successful strategy once again in this game. It just shows that, that's what the AI do. That is definitely the most beneficial strategy in this game. But the most interesting thing about today, catapulted into P2 in the Drivers' Championship, and what do you know, we're only 2 points off the lead. Been very consistent this season. We got a 1-2 today as well, so fantastic points in the Teams Championship. We're only 15 points off the lead of the Constructors as well. But that's it for today's video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord, both links in the description below, and I'll see you guys all next time.